Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. And it is a big thing. It's a big day today, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Staying warm. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of February, and joining me today, my co-host, funny man, actor, comedian, my good buddy, Mr. Matt Cassane is back. Matt, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited. Tony Ocean, Ocean's Pit. Here we go.
We're going to have some fun. Now, guys, real fast. Now, remember, every show is dedicated to the first responders, and mostly dedicated to people like you, the people from the military. Thank you so much for fighting for our country. And thank you to all the veterans out there. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot to talk about. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609. It's showtime. Yeah, it is what it is, folks. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Matt Cassane is in the house, and thank you all for watching us, listening for your lunchtime fun, folks. Let's get right to our sponsors, our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Love is in the air. All Carhartt jackets, vests, crew neck sweaters are now 30% off at all the JRC Ace Hardware locations. Guys, Miracle Grow potting mix, 16-quart bag, 2 for $20. Thinking about updating your old kitchen and bathroom faucet? Select Moen Faucets. They're 20% off all the entire month of February. Ace Wild Bird Food, 20-pound bag is 2 for $20. And Ace Basic pleated furnace filters. Buy 3, get 1 free. Easy way to keep your furnace running properly is to switch out your furnace filter monthly. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Funny man Matt Cassane is with us, folks. And boy, a lot of good stuff going on. Matt, you're doing good, brother. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to have a little fun. It's always nice to have you back. And I know we go back many, many, many years. I've been through a lot of stuff, so we like having some fun. But how is the overall Matt Cassane world doing?
I'm doing good, man. I got to let you know that in January, I was inundated with Donald Trump appearances. And I'll do a little Trump for you guys later on. I got the costume ready over there. But it was nuts. I did birthday parties. I did a Trump wedding. A wedding. I'm not kidding. There were 200 people at this wedding, and they went nuts. They had me come out through the red carpet. They had these money guns where you pull the trigger and the bills go flying all over. Except it wasn't.
Right. Sure.
It wasn't real money. It was Trump bucks. So it had a picture of Trump on the bills, and then they were giving out all these Trump hats. They were giving out the Make America Great Again Trump hats. It went nuts, and they just had me come up. They had me come up with the bridal party and the bride and groom, and do the YMCA. I got up there. They gave me the microphone. I was just like, it's great to be here. Rocco and Phyllis are gonna make sex great again. So I just got up there. It was a lot of fun. A lot of Trump. Cool. A lot of Trump.
Yeah, Matt, you've been a comic. You've done a lot of stuff between commercials and nightclubs and all this stuff, movies and stuff you've been doing. And you've been doing Chris Farley for many, many years.
There he is.
And then, of course, Donald Trump. Obviously, once he became president of the United States, you got probably a lot more work now, right? Because now he is our president, our leader. When you're doing these kind of things, do you get somebody would throw you the finger or something like that at these parties? Even though, I get it when I do the Trump train. I mean, I lost work because of the Trump train. I know that. But when one door closes, there's another door that opens, and that's how that always works. But do you get that sometimes? I mean, some party's hiring you. It's not like you just decide to get up and do it in front of somebody. People are hiring you. You go to the house, you walk in. Does anybody give you any stat? I mean, they might not come up to you, but you see somebody in the back, giving you a thumbs up or anything like that.
Yeah, I usually when I do a private party, most of the people there are Trump supporters. If I'm doing Trump, and same with when I'm doing the Blues Brothers, most of the people there are into the Blues Brothers or Farley. They love Farley, but if you go when it's a political character that you're doing, you got to be ready for anything. And yes, I've had people come up to me. Usually it's a woman. And, so say, Mr. President, can I take a picture with you? And then I look at the picture and she is giving me the middle finger. So, that has happened. That has happened.
That's crazy. And Matt Kasain is watching, folks. He's with us here today. Last night we got ready for 30 days till our big cruise again. I'm excited about that. So Mojo's Jukebox has been rehearsing, so I've been getting everything done. Yesterday, Twisted Tuesday with Carol Brandolino. Don't forget, Carol will be with us tomorrow again. Carol Brandolino's filling in for Laura. She's much better, folks, and we went to see her doctor for a checkup. I mean, her follow-up today, one of the doctors, and she said she's doing great. She's walking, she's eating, she's breathing on the tube thing, and so everything is good. Thank you all for the texts and calls about Laura. I appreciate very much. She's doing a great job. And tomorrow, then Friday's guest, Tina Perry, will be in the house, and she's got a lot of things going on. Of course, she was Miss Wisconsin. So she'll be on Friday. Tonight, folks, let me just tell you real fast where we're going to be. Talking about the homeless concert that we're doing tonight, which last year, a couple months ago, me and buddy Danny Nozak and a couple people, Pam and my good friend Pam and Dave, we got a bunch of clothes that were given to people, and we actually went down on Lower Wacker Drive and handed out all these clothes to the people. Now, tonight's concert is homeless concert. John Vincent from, of course, who sings for the Chicago Cubs, will be there. I'll be the co-host. I'll be the host. Tony Toto will be there performing. Also, Stephanie Lemonbergener, Lulu Sylvester, Nick Sahajas, Ron Starr. It's going to be good. A lot of people coming to the Tap House Grill tonight in Lamont. No cover charge. Is going to be raffles. It's a great cause. All you need to do is try to bring something for the homeless: coat, scarf, hat, water, hand sanitizer, whatever you can bring. That is tonight at 7:00. Boyd asking Matt, are you a Republican? Or do you don't answer that? One of our listeners, Boyd, is asking Matt, are you a Republican?
That's a good question. I have a tendency to vote whatever the candidate is enticing to me. I have skipped a couple of elections recently. I just didn't feel that my vote would count. The Electoral College seems to be running the entire thing. So the last election, over 150 million people voted. And, we obviously President Trump won. But, if the other candidate would have gotten more votes, but the Electoral College would have given Trump more votes, then he would have won. So does that vote even really matter anymore?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I know it doesn't matter in Illinois, even though Trump only lost Illinois by 6 points. Only lost Illinois by 6 points, which makes you wonder how democratic is Illinois. Maybe, only by 6 points. I mean, it's a great answer, Boyd. It is. I thought it was a great answer. Ronnie B, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, guys, let's got to get to another sponsor real fast. Matt Kasain's with us for the whole hour, everybody. So let's talk about real estate at its finest. We're talking about Mary Grievous. Just don't call me when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. Your forever agent. That's Mary Grievous. Mary Grievous at mgrievousstarkre.com. Give her a call at 630-688-1725. She's available to assist buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. That's Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate. taking care of all your needs, real estate needs. Now, if you're going to talk about Mary with real estate, then you got to talk about Mary also with the NTD Vacations. And not only for Chicago Music Cruise that's coming up in 30 days, but you can take everything. We're talking about the Chicago Music Cruise. There it is. Now, you missed the one in January. 7,000 people joined us. Now we're doing another one in 30 days, March 22nd to March 30th. Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas. 8 days of Fort Lauderdale, Royal Caribbean, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas. And listen to the acts that will be there. My good friend Wendy Thompson with her tribute to Britney Spears and Marilyn Monroe. Mojo's Jukebox, all Tree Jersey girls will be there. Scott Childers from WLS. Tony Ocean and the Main Event Band. Hillbilly Rock Stars, the #1 country band in the city of Chicago. Frankie Boom Boom Hollywood Rodriguez from GCI will be there, folks. And, of course, Seventh Heaven. 8 days, baby, on the ship. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com or call Mary at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. It's going to be a lot of fun. 30 days away. Matt Kassane's with us. It's National Drink Wine Day. Matt, are you a wine drinker?
I have become quite a connoisseur of vino. Yes, I like the Pinot Noir. I like the red wine.
Okay.
It's good stuff. You know, it gets you where you got to go pretty quick.
Yeah, I know guys who, I'm not a wine guy at all, actually. And it's funny because me being Italian, you think I would be. But I know a couple guys that drink the red wine with a straw because it doesn't make your teeth red. If you drink that real dark red wine, and the women you see when they're smiling at you, and their lips are all red and everything's all red. So he drinks it. They drink it with a straw, so your teeth don't get. Interesting, right? God bless you. Today is National Sisters Day too. So my shout out to Natalie and my sister Tanya. You don't have any sisters, do you, Matt?
Yes, I do. As I had mentioned earlier, I don't know, my sister and my brother-in-law. We were going to talk about them for a few minutes and just send our thoughts and prayers to my brother-in-law and his family.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're going through a little bit of a rough time this week. So we want to let them know that we're thinking about them. Yeah, my sister. Yeah.
And what is your sister's name?
Kathy.
Kathy. So it's National Sisters Day to your sister Kathy. And her husband. I hope prayers go out to you and hope everything gets better for you guys. All right, guys. Here's another thing, too. Francisco Riviera, the founder of Nutella, has died at the age of 97 years old. Did you ever have that, Matt? When I was growing up, it's like peanut butter, but it's chocolate. And you put it on your bread. And when I was a kid, I brought it to school. People thought I was whacked. You know, what the hell you doing with that shit? And now it's huge. A lot of it's just popular everywhere. The Nutella. Have you ever tried that on bread?
Yeah, you know, it's the first time I ever had Nutella was actually the chocolate with the nut flavor in it. You know, but it wasn't called Nutella. Some neighbors of ours went to Europe and they brought something very similar, the same type of product. This is about 40 years ago. And so, I had it about 40 years ago, but then Nutella just kind of took over.
Yeah, Nutella took it over, and it goes probably, right, exactly. So like I said, the founder died at the age of 97. All right, let's get to some other stuff here. Our prayers to the Naperville. There was a big fire in Naperville, folks, just a couple of days ago. The husband did die. He was a 77-year-old man. The wife went right to the hospital. There's about 800 in damage. So far, they still didn't say what the cause of the fire was. Obviously, could have been older people, but sorry, prayers to that family, too. Just losing someone in a fire is horrible. Hey, guys, here's something that you really it makes you wonder. Our Social Security database, what Doge has been finding out right now, list 1,477,000 people, over 150 are alive and collecting Social Security. There are over 150, folks, according to our database, with this last regime. Folks, 1,477,000. Look, I'm out there performing all the time. I've never seen anybody over 100 years old, let alone 150. What's your take on that, Matt? And the Social Security head of Social Security, Michelle Click, resigned after Elon Musk came in there and started throwing some papers around and see what's going on with the Social Security.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I follow you. What is this now?
This is what Doji has found, that they have 1,477,000 people that are alive at 150 years old in the United States.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you believe there's people alive at 150?
There is a guy across the street that I think might be about 148. Yeah, he looks pretty ancient.
148. Oh, of course, prove it,
Yeah.
prove it, prove it. See, here are you people now that coming in. You know, it's amazing when people were robbing when the government, the old regime was robbing people blind, they didn't give a shit. But now it's prove it, prove it, prove it. Oh, it's pathetic. Anyway, Matt Kassane, let's talk about a lot of stuff. This is interesting. Poland takes over Russia by sales of vodka. Over 70%. Are you a vodka guy?
I like a Bloody Mary once in a while.
Right, in the morning, picks you up a little bit, right? That does good. Okay.
In the morning it's okay, but any time. I think a Bloody Mary is a great drink, if it's made right.
Yeah, if it's not too salty, I agree with you 100%. And the COVID vaccine. I just looked it up today. How many people still take the COVID vaccine? Me and never have on our side, just to let you guys know. I'm sure you guys know that already. But anyway, there's still 71% of people in the United States that are taking this vaccine. I don't know if it's more than once, more than twice, whatever it is. But do you still believe that people are doing it? 71% of people still doing it in the United States of America?
You still see people wearing masks. It's people have just become hyper paranoid, ever since COVID.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. All right, so one last thing before we get into your stuff, and we're going to talk about Saturday Night Live and all that good stuff, folks. One last thing. Burger King has a brand new cheeseburger. And I know, Matt, on your social media page, you always go to some certain spot with some sort of food, and you do talk about it, which I like this. But this is interesting. Now, this is a new Burger King, folks, but this is not in the United States. It's a real cheeseburger, 30 slices of cheese. That's all it is.
Jeez.
There is no meat. There's no meat. Out of all the fast food joints, Matt, that you've tried through the years, what's your go-to if you really want that stuff? What's your go-to?
Even if you're looking for a good cheeseburger?
No, I'm talking about when you fast food. I said fast food. What is your go-to?
Just any kind of fast food?
You have to go to one.
I have a handful. I mean, there's not just one, but I really probably for the money, Taco Bell has really upped the game as far as like the value boxes go. They started out with the $7 box, and it comes with 2 tacos, a burrito, side order of chips and cheese, and a pop. Now they also have a $5 box. And they also have a $9 box. So yeah, if you want to get your money's worth on food, I mean, you probably won't be able to finish it, especially if you get the $7 or $9 box.
Okay, so that's good. And then it's good. That's not bad. That's what comes in a $9 box.
The $9 box, I'm not sure because I haven't gotten it yet. But the $5 box has a burrito and a taco, and it has those cinnamon twists and a drink.
Okay. So you figure it's a five. Did you say a $5 box?
A $5 box, yeah. They give you it's a good deal. They give you a lot of food.
You a lot of food, and then you're probably using a lot more toilet paper too once you get home from eating Taco Bell. So there you go. Kind of makes up for everything here. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Matt Kassane, all right, 50-year anniversary, Saturday Night Live. It was a big deal. Big deal when it first came out. To be honest with you, wasn't interested. Didn't care for Saturday Night Live. Still don't. I watch Saturday Night Live if I like the host and if I like the band.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why I watched. Of course, Cheap Trick was on. I thought they should have been performing also at this big concert that they had, but obviously Cheap Trick was not performing at this one. But what made it for you as a comic and everything and an actor, stuff like that? Why Saturday Night Live? It was something new, right? Now, was there stuff before Saturday Night Live, before something like that show when it came out in the 70s?
Well, I mean, you had Laugh-In. Laugh-In was
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
groundbreaking when it came to comedy. It was pretty revolutionary. They touched upon a lot of topics, like the Vietnam War and marijuana and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So that was pretty cutting edge for the late '60s, early
Right.
'70s. And Johnny Carson was on every night. He had some really good guests, and he would have all the comedians on, Don Rickles and all the impersonators, and Burt Reynolds was always on there. They were always cutting up. They were always funny. Rich Little, I mean. But he had great guests on there, and he would have great musicians on, like Buddy Rich, and he would get up and play the drums with Buddy Rich. So there was always
I'm talking about like a skit show, like Saturday Night Live. I mean, it was completely different, right? When it came out in the 70s, wasn't there one like something Second City came out?
Well, Carol Burnett was all sketch comedy.
Correct. And they had the four different. Tim Conway, Harvey Korman, by the way, was yesterday. I think was his birthday, yesterday was his birthday. Harvey Korman, Lyle Waggoner, Vicki Lawrence, and of course Tim Conway, and they did skits. But when Saturday Night Live came out, there, it really took over, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it took off. I mean, it just blasted off into the stratosphere. The first 5 years, the original cast, Belushi, Aykroyd, Gene Curtin, Garrett Morris, Chevy Chase. I mean, that first cast was like, that's the cast that everybody wanted to emulate. So they tried their best to always try to get like, the funny fat guy and the tall, good looking guy like Chevy Chase, and then the fat guy like Belushi, and then, the different types of performers and stuff. So, and when Chevy Chase left after the first season, they had to replace him fast. So they brought Bill Murray in, who had actually auditioned for the first cast, and he didn't get.
Well, I watched the making, the movie, the Saturday Night Live movie, where the characters were playing. I thought it was kind of interesting. I didn't realize though. Boyd, Smothers Brothers, and that was another one. Yeah, there it is. I seen the movie. I thought it was good for what it was. I didn't realize that Garrett Morris was just not realizing why he was there. If you ever watched it, looks like he was only there because he was the minority in color. He seemed to always throw that out there in the movie. Every time you seen him talk, well, why am I here? Why am I here? And I think out of that whole cast, he was probably one that really didn't do much after Saturday Night Live, right?
He popped up here and there in some movies, and then later, like 20, 30 years later, he wound up on TV in quite a few sitcoms. I know he was on Two Broke Girls for the entire run. I think that was about 5 years, but he's been working. He gets out there, but I mean, it wasn't the high profile thing that SNL.
No, absolutely not. And what would you think out of all the years that the Saturday Night Live? First of all, what was your thought on the whole reunion show and some of the sketches?
You mean the one they just did on Sunday?
What did you think of that?
It was good. It was good. I mean, it was long. It was 3.5 hours long. I mean, I thought that they could have like cut a few things and brought it down to 3 hours, but I thought they did a good job. And then they had a concert on Friday at Radio City Music Hall with Eddie Vedder, and they had a Nirvana reunion, and then they had Bonnie Raitt come out and sing with Chris Martin from Coldplay. I mean, it was fantastic. It was a great show.
I didn't watch that. I didn't care for it myself. But like I said, I wasn't a real big Saturday Night Live watcher. I didn't care for Belushi and them. I just didn't get. To me, it wasn't very funny. I never even seen the whole Blues Brothers movie. But I know that you have, and I know you've talked about this. What, besides Bacon, who do you think the biggest? Let's start with two different questions. Who do you think the biggest star of the cast to leave Saturday Night Live? I mean, who was the biggest? Chevy Chase?
Well, I mean, he had a good run. Chevy Chase had a good run, Adam Sandler's still going, still putting out good products, still good, still putting out good
Yes.
movies. He just got nominated for a
I,
Golden
lo- I
Globe
love
2
Adam
years ago.
Sandler. I do. I think the best thing that came out of that show. I agree.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Will Ferrell is always putting out good movies, and he just produced a movie that dropped on Netflix last week called The Menu, which is getting rave reviews and is a very sick, twisted movie. I would recommend people watch it, but it's not for the faint of heart. I found myself wanting to turn it off a few times. It was so hard to watch. But there's been Belushi had a good run, but he was only alive for 5 years after the show went off. After we left the show.
My buddy Dakota from Las Vegas, another great singer. Dakota, how you doing, buddy? You said Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal, did he start on Saturday Night Live? Didn't he?
Yeah, well, he was on Soap before Saturday Night Live, and then SNL picked him up after Lorne Michaels left. He was in the cast for about a season or two. He wasn't on there very long, but he did a good job. He did Fernando. You look marvelous, whole thing, So he had some good characters on there. He was good.
Okay, so we figure. I think Sandler was probably the biggest star out of there, or Will Ferrell, just like you said. How about who do you think the biggest?
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is another one. Eddie Murphy had a great career.
So did Bill Murray. Great career out of that.
Bill Murray.
Dan Aykroyd probably did pretty well. He made a lot of good movies too.
By the way, I saw a trailer yesterday for the new Bill Murray movie, and it looks fantastic. And it looks like it might be a little bit like that Whitey Bulger Boston Mob type movie.
Oh, well, that would be kind of cool. I can see him playing. Remember when he played the mob guy?
Ed
Remember
Harris.
when he played the mob guy in Mad Dog with De Niro, and I think that was shot in Melrose Park or a certain part of Melrose Park or something.
It was called Mad Dog and Glory, and it was Robert De Niro and Uma Thurman.
Yeah, and Robin played like a real little wimp, and interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
All right. So, Matt, we got that out of the way. Who do you think the most popular host was to be on Saturday Night Live?
Well, popular wise, there's been a lot. Martin Short, Steve Martin come to mind. They're my favorites. I love Steve Martin. I've been a Steve Martin fan since the 70s. I bought his comedy albums when I was a kid. He can do no wrong as far as I'm concerned. There's been a lot of good hosts. Who else has been on there a million times? If you go way back, Elliot Gould was on there a lot back in the early days.
I'm not talking how many hosts. I'm talking about who do you think the most famous host? The most famous person to host Saturday Night Live, who you think was?
I would say Steve Martin or Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, too. Didn't George Clooney host it too? I think Clooney too. Didn't he host or no?
Yes, he did. Actually, he did. He was in a skit with Chris Farley. Yes.
And what would you think the most famous band to perform on Saturday Night Live?
Well, I mean, Paul McCartney, when he's one of the Beatles.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the most famous Beatle. Nirvana was on there a couple of times.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah. There you go. So you're right. They had some big ones on there. We're talking about Matt Cassane, funny man, comic. Matt, explain to people you were on the highlights of the Saturday Night Live movie. Tell us about the whole thing you did with Chris Farley.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of things, as far as the Farley stuff goes. I was on the A&E biography, Chris Farley, Anything for a Laugh. And then we shot this movie called Saturday Night. It was originally called SNL 1975. That's where I got this hat from. Right. And we shot it in Atlanta a year ago. And it came out in the theaters in October. And then it dropped on demand like back in November, and then it just got released on DVD and Blu-ray in January.
Yeah. You know what?
And there's a lot of bonus stuff on there.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm noticing that a lot with movies too, whether they are good or not. Did you notice that a lot of movies lately are in the theater for a very short time now, and then they go right to Netflix and right to whatchamacallit? What no matter
Yeah.
right, no
Yeah.
matter how popular the movie is, you can buy it or rent it right on whatchamacallit. Yeah, I mean, the new Wolfman was out, and like three weeks later, bam, it was already right in on demand, so you can get it. Interesting stuff. I don't know what's going on with that crazy stuff here, but if you had Matt Cassane, if you had one favorite character on Saturday Night Live, who would it be?
Well, I think everybody knows the answer to this.
Besides Chris,
Matt Foley.
Matt Foley, who else? Number two.
Well, he was my favorite character, and that's why it's such a pleasure to be able to do that character for all these years. You know, to me, it's just like it's a gift. It really is. You know, I saw Chris Farley do Matt Foley down at Second City, you know, before he was on Saturday Night Live. And then, you know, I got to watch him evolve as a superstar on SNL, and then he started doing Matt Foley on there. And then, you know, unfortunately, we lost him back in '97. And a few years later, I started going on WGN Morning News as a cast member on Saturday on WGN Morning News, and started doing Farley on there a bunch of times. So that's how it kind of took off for me.
Yeah, very cool. I want to say hello to my buddy Albert that's watching. Albert, another thing. Matt, why do you think that the later years of Saturday Night Live, just the comics just aren't that funny? The shows are just not that good. Or am I? And there's a lot of people are saying it, not just me. But do you believe that too?
Well, you know, there's always a breakout from every cast. There's always a breakout or two from every cast. You know, most recently we had Kate McKinnon. She did very well for herself, and Cicely Strong. And, you know, there's always a breakout. And before that, we had Will Forte, and Bill Hader had his own series on HBO called Barry. So he's doing very well, too. But, I mean, you know, for every cast, there's going to be like 2 or 3 people that make it to the bigger time, that make it to the movies and, you know, get their own television series and stuff. So, I mean, there's always somebody solid. I never had a problem with Saturday Night Live. There were like 2 seasons that were pretty bad. The first season after the original cast left, that was 80-81. Unfortunately, our friends Cheap Trick were on that one. And then the first season that Lorne Michaels came back out of retirement, the 85-86 season. No, wait, was that? Yeah, 85-86. So it was fall 85, spring 86. That season was pretty bad. And they even talk about how terrible it was. They made a documentary about it that was sanctioned by Lorne Michaels, calling it the worst season in the history of SNL. And there were some heavy hitters on there. Randy Quaid, Robert Downey Jr., Anthony Michael Hall, Joan Cusack. There were some really good, great actors that came out of that cast, but they just didn't translate into live television for whatever reason.
Yeah. I know you do a bunch of characters, Matt, of course, being a comic and do a lot of impressions and people that you do. Are we going to see any? Hopefully we're going to see a couple of these guys.
Is this my cue? Am I doing my thing
while
now?
I do the weather? Matt's going to do that, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the weather. That's right. It's the Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by the JCR Hardware Stores. Our weather for today, Wednesday, February 19th. It's 10 degrees, folks. Feels like 0 out there. It is a little sunny. It is cold. We know humidity is 53%. Wind chill is 7 miles an hour. Air quality is good, and it's going to warm up in the next 5 days, just like we said earlier. Monday or Tuesday will be in the 40s. That's the Ace Minute, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. My buddy Matt Cassane is our co-host today. He does a lot of characters, of course, President Donald Trump, Matt Foley, Chris Farley. He does the Chicago Bears guys. He does a whole bunch. David Letterman. He does a lot of different guys. We don't know who we're going to see right now, but Matt's getting into one of his characters. And in the meantime, while he's doing that, let's get another commercial here, folks. Our good friends from Imperialux. You want to become your own bank? I'm going to tell you how to do it with our friends from Imperialux. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin will help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give a call at 890-1213 or book on Calendly for a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve. That's in Imperialux. Become your own bank. Give them a call at 630-890-1213 and tell them Tony O sent you. That's in Imperialux. Also, folks, Wendy and Craig will be on the cruise if you're joining us on the cruise, folks. They're going to be having some seminars there besides Wendy performing as Marilyn Monroe and Britney Spears. There's going to be seminars on Imperialux and becoming your own bank on the cruise ship. So it's going to be interesting fun. We are waiting for my co-host, Matt Cassane, to come out, one of his funny characters that he does for a living. Matt has been doing movies and television and comedy for many, many years. Me and Matt go back at least 35 years at least. So he's getting ready to do something, folks. You are here watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Oh, boy. Did you see Barron Trump? If I was doing that, the son of Donald Trump was on America's Got Talent. Sang a song, and he's actually played guitar, and the judges were shocked how good of a voice Trump Jr., of course, Barron Trump, his son, had being on America's Got Talent. I didn't see it, but I heard it was on, so it's interesting if you guys go back and watch it. March 16th is what? Trying to see if you speak easy. March 5th. I got to look, Carol. It should be on my website. If you go to TonyOceanMusic.com, Carol will give you all the dates. All right, we got one of the characters. Oh, look who's here. One of the Bears characters. That's right, Doug Coach from Saturday Night Live. How you doing, pal?
Doug, it's Coach Ditka. How are you?
Good.
Let me tell you something right now. If the Bears don't pick up some steam, I'm going to come in there. We're going to be number one. I'm going to be coming back as a coach. There I come.
Matt.
All those other jerks can get the hell out of Chicago. I'm coming back.
We need you back because you know what? They haven't been any good since you left, Coach. The thing that gets me is people that's all they think about is the 1985 Bears, which was probably the best football team ever at that time in history. So they definitely need you. With Virginia McCaskey passing away, what was your take on that, Coach?
Lovely lady, Electra Lott. She gave me a job. Her and her family gave me a job. So, I got nothing bad to say about them. But I did like to say a little something about that Matthew McConaughey guy.
What do you think about Matthew doing you on Saturday Night Live reunion?
I want to remind everybody that, I'm 6'4". I weigh about 280 pounds. What is that? That guy's like anorexic. What's he playing Coach Ditka for? It's ridiculous. Get out of here, you jerk.
Yeah, I didn't care for it either myself. You know what? And some people are saying you also look a little like Dick Butkus, another guy that played for the Chicago Bears, number 55.
That's right. That's right. Butkus gonna.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Butkus and I were roommates. We were rookies together. We both bought houses in Lombard.
Do you think the Bears?
When we were rookies.
Yeah, Dick. Do you think the Bears will sell the team now that Virginia McCaskey has passed?
I don't know about that, but I'd like to encourage everybody to go out and buy some Ditka sausage. It's the best sausage available in the stores right now. Ditka sausage. Get out there and buy some beer and buy some Ditka sausage and go Bears!
Go Bears! My God, Coach Ditka, everybody joining us here. Coach Ditka, of course, Matt Cassane playing Coach Ditka. Interesting stuff as Matt's getting ready for the next. There he is.
Da Bears, da Bears, da Bears, da Bears.
Matt, let me ask you something. You Bears fans, every year it's always, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl and it's our year, and they always just flop. What is your whole take on that?
Let me tell you something about myself, my friend. My name is Eddie Dombrowski. I'm a super fan of the Chicago Bears. And I don't know if you guys remember it or not, but the last game of the regular season, that's this past season, a certain team that starts with the letter C, ends with the letter O, and in the middle is Hekag, beat another certain team from a state just north of us by the name of Wisconsin, a team known as the Packers. Now, what I want to do right now, Tone, is I would like to perform a Packersism on all the Packer fans out there that are watching.
Okay.
I know there's at least a couple.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. All right, look deep into my eyes. Here we go. It's time for the Packersism. All the Packer fans out there, listen to me closely. You will no longer support the Green Bay Packers, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Coach Vince Lombardi, Bart Starr, and all those other losers. You will now come into my grip and become Chicago Bears fans. Ready? Here we go. Bears, 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 Bears. There, they just got a Packersism done. A Packersism. Packersism.
So you think that, yeah, so that's it. Well, I heard that's going to keep all the Packer fans away on that one. Oh my God! Now, Matt, who did? Don't scare yourself.
Makes the Packers nothing, my friend. I gotta go. I gotta call an ambulance. Take it there, Tom.
All right, yeah, Matt Cassane, he's on fire today, folks. Here on Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. We're gonna go to some headlines while Matt keeps changing into some more characters. In Detroit, folks, undercover cops posing as dealers tried to arrest undercover cops posing as buyers. You can't make this shit up, folks. In a bizarre mix-up, undercover Detroit police officers posing as drug dealers tried to arrest another group of undercover officers pretending to be drug buyers, resulting in chaos brawl involving over 24 armed officers. Right? You can't. This is in Detroit, folks. I'm sure that's happening everywhere, not just Detroit. A secret to happiness is to be as weird as you like, and the wrong people will leave the party, but the right ones will stay and dance. And I believe that all the time, folks. It's better to be a little, right? Let's just go out and have a little fun. And that's what life is about, man. You know, everybody's so damn serious and so anal now and so soft out there. You can't say shit anymore. And it's very sad. You know what? Like I said yesterday, we grew up, you know, we grew up drinking out of a water fountain. We drank out of the water fountain in the parks, guys. We drank out of the hose. There was no, it's God, right now it's so crazy. And I don't know. It's just my opinion, of course. Frankie Setta, what's up, Frankie? I hope you're doing well. Great singer in Chicago. Patrice, former Honey Bear watching. The General, how you doing? Guys, again, tonight, we're going to be at the Tap House Grill for the Homeless concert. Me, Ron Starr, John Vincent, Tony Toto, Stephanie Lemon, Regner, Lulu, Sylvester. Hopefully Nick Sahajas, if he's feeling better. I don't know who else is going to be there, but it's going to be a good concert tonight for the homeless. All you musicians out there and entertainers, if you want to do something good, come on out to the Tap House and sing a few songs for the homeless. It's going to be a good cause, and we're having a lot of fun with that. That is tonight, the Tap House Grill. Maybe we can get even Ronnie B to show up. Tap House Grill tonight in Lamont. I am your host and Tony Toto, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's what we need to do is for people who need homeless people, and it's very important. All right, we got some other stuff going on while Matt is coming. More shows. Next Wednesday, we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle on the 26th. On the 27th, we'll be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata for Ocean's Rat Pack show. Upstairs in the Speakeasy, oshows.com. That starts at 7 o'clock. There's no cover. There's entertainment fees, but you can order the food right from the menu. So there's no price for the show on the 27th with Ocean's Rat Pack. March 1st, returning to Taverna on Division. March 8th, a brand new place called Johnny's Kitchen in Tap. Now, it's new for me. It's been around a long time in Glenview. We'll be there Saturday, March 8th. And March 13th, we're going to Bella Notte in Lisle with my good buddy Dave Calderon from the old Gillies days. And Double T, Tony Toto. That's going to be a lot of fun. The 15th of March will be at Hobart, Indiana, at the Hobart Theater with Ocean's Rat Pack. And April 19th, we're doing the getaway, of course, in the French country in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for joining now, Ocean's Pit, 12. Look at the time, 12:41. Our President of the United States, President Donald Trump. President, nice to see you, sir.
Hello, Tony. It's always good to be on your show. I just want to let you know that I'm a great supporter. Melania and I watch you every day, no matter what we're doing. If we're in the middle of a call with Putin, we turn it off. We go right to Ocean's Pits, the greatest show. I brought you a little gift. Here you go, Tony. Eggs are very expensive, so I'd like to bring you a dozen eggs. I'm giving you a free dozen eggs. I just saved you $1,200. Eggs are up to $1,200 now. It's very sad, very sad.
Very sad.
And then also in the news today, Tony, I don't know if you've heard or not, but a lot of people are talking about me and we're talking about IVF. And I think it's very, very unfair that the International Violin Federation is taking over and all these different countries from around the world are manufacturing violins and they're telling us that we need to buy their violins. I'm going to put great taxes and tariffs on their violins. It's going to be huge. We're going to make a lot of money. So I'm trying to get rid of the IVF so all the violin manufacturers here in America can do a great job. We're going to get rid of the IVF. Once again, the International Violin Federation. We're going to make all the violins right here in North America. It's going to be great. All the violin manufacturers, just wanted to let you know that we're going to be making a lot of money this year because all the other ones in the International Violin Federation are going to be put out of business. They will no longer be servicing America. We're getting rid of them all. We're getting rid of them all. Tony, this is my present to you, some eggs. I got you some eggs. Unfortunately, you know that I'm a very, very, very busy president. But I just wanted to make time for my good friend in Chicago, Tony Ocean, who's one of America's great patriots. Tone, you know, you're a great supporter of mine. You have been all along, even when I had that little 4-year gap in between, you know, myself and Joe Biden. By the way, Joe Biden is still hiding. They can't find him. We still think that he might be living in the basement or the crawl space of the White House. He's been gone for a long time. We can't find him. It's very sad. Very sad.
Very sad. You know what, Mr. President, what you've done only in 4 weeks, a lot of people are applauding you on this. It seems, though, that no matter what you do, if you were to create a cure for cancer, people would still down you. And why is that, President? Why is so many people down on you?
Actually, that's funny you bring that up. I have invented a cure for cancer several years ago. I invented it downstairs in my basement at Mar-a-Lago. It works. I used it on several laboratory rats over the years. It works fine. But everybody's just jealous of me because I do so much, you know, I do a lot. I have my own Bible now. Okay, very soon, next week, we'll be announcing Trump eggs. Trump will have his own eggs. Not a lot of people have even heard about that. I've worked on that for several months now with Elon. Elon's another great American. Having a little trouble right now with the Tesla. It's going to be fine. It'll be fine. It's going to be huge again. It'll be huge again.
Yes, I agree with you. And it seems like no more now. It seems like these immigrants are coming out. They're keeping all these ex-con. Let's make sure that we get these migrants. Let people show you weren't there just to pull people out of the country. You're pulling people that should not be in this country, ex-murderers and cons and stuff like that. Correct, President?
You bring up a great point, and I'll talk about one of them right now. Cartel member by the name of El Chalupa. Now they've named a product at Taco Bell after him. They have the Chalupa. I don't think that's very nice that they named a food product at a fast food chain in America, the El Chalupa. After this guy. He's a very, very bad man. He's killed millions of people, and he's eating dogs and he's eating cats, as you know. All right. So I'm very, very, very concerned about Taco Bell putting the El Chalupa on their menu. Not good, not good.
It's very sad that they're doing that. Yes, too. I like your staff this year. You know, President, they're saying that 70% of the people that voted for you this election say that they believe you're going to do exactly what you said you're going to do, compared to the 40% that believed that they didn't believe that you were going to do what you were going to do in 2017. What do you think is the difference between your staff then and your staff now?
Well, right now we're currently working on a huge production in Atlantic City this summer, Tone. It's going to be the Donald Trump beauty pageant. We're going to invite all the ladies from America to be part of this. There's no age restrictions. Everybody can be part of it. Older ladies, younger ladies. If they're bigger ladies or smaller ladies, we want everyone to be part of the Donald Trump beauty pageant. Now, this is going to take away from my time as president, but I need to take a break sometimes and have some fun. Melania is totally backing me on this. Everyone's going to have a lot of fun, and everybody who enters, free Trump eggs. Everyone will get Trump eggs. I'm taking over the egg business. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make eggs great again, Tony. Make eggs great again.
Well, President, thank you for your time. I know you're a busy man, so let's give it up for President Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald. President, thank you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Of course, we got Matt Cassane on, funny man, character actor, comedian. He does it all. He's always been doing Trump. Now he's been doing Trump a lot. And he's also doing Chris Farley. He does the Matt Foley character. He does a very good job at that. And, of course, you can see Matt everywhere. He's going to be back with more stuff here, folks. I'm excited to be going back to Lake Geneva, folks. I guess we're going to be there this Saturday, Pier 290 with Ocean's Rat Pack. That's a dinner and show. But Tony Ocean's show going back to Lake Geneva, April 19th at the Getaway Lounge. It's a beautiful place, restaurant. Right next to it is the French Country Inn. Hotels are great, so it's going to be a great intimate. It's going to be a different type of show that you normally see the Tony Ocean show do out there. We're going to be more laid back a little bit. 2 seatings, 2 different shows. That's Saturday, the 19th of April. Get out and get your reservations in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. We're waiting for Matt Cassane to come back. And in the meantime, while he's coming back with another character or just Matt, we don't know exactly what he's coming back. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, I got a feeling. I've seen the arm, so I know he's going to be coming back soon. He's here. Here he is.
Hey there, Tone. Matt Foley here. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Matt. Wow, you're looking great. You're losing a little weight. You look like you lost some weight, Matt.
Well, I put on a few pounds. I ate a little bit too much candy during the holidays, but I'm working it out. I just joined the gym. I'll be running up and down the track, trying to play pickleball every day with my friends, having a good time, because I'm tired of eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
That's right. You know what? You're going around the country now doing all these motivational speaking or stuff. What's a new topics you'll be talking about? Anything new this next time you go around again?
Well, what I'm going to be doing, Tone, is I'm going to be doing a lot of colleges and senior community centers with my new speech called Go For It. What I do is I get everybody out there and I say, hey, out there, guys. Why don't you pull your heads out of your patoot, okay? You got to get out there and you got to take the world, roll it up in a little ball, stick it in your pocket. You're out there going, hey, look at me, I'm important. Well, guess what? Lottie frickin' da, nobody gives a jack squat about what you're doing. You're going to wind up eating a steady diet of government cheese and living in a van down by the river.
Matt Foley, thank you for your time, sir. I love what you do.
Look at that vein. Look at my vein popping out right
That's
there.
That's a busy man, boy. That is a busy man. You're going to be very, very busy. Thank you. Matt Foley, of course, the great Chris Farley, of course, played by Matt Cassane. Oh, boy. Just so much stuff. Let's get to another sponsor while Matt is coming back as himself, I think, this time. But we're going to talk about another great company. That's Jack Vena Landscaping, folks. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They also offer plant design service installation. For over 45 years, servicing the North Shore. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. That's Jack Vena Landscaping, folks. And then let's talk about another great company. If you're going to talk about Jack Vena Landscaping, where they do a great company, let's talk about Airtight Windows with my good buddy Louis Pipes. And if you're looking for windows and sidings, it's that simple. Looking for new windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Servicing Chicagoland for over 35 years. Do it right with Airtight Windows. That's my good buddy Louis Pipes. Call them at 708-788-5000, and they will give you all the best window and stuff that you need. That's Matt Cassane is back. Matt, a funny man. Thank you for what you do with your great. I love all your stuff and how you try to be serious doing the Trump thing is pretty very, very funny. And you got a lot of great stuff going on. Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. And don't forget Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair for all your collision auto repair needs. Go to crashchampions.com. Matt, you did Trump. You did something. What did you think? I seen the highlights of the Saturday Night Live special. I did not care for Tom Hanks. I don't care for his political views, like Robert De Niro, another piece of garbage, even though I like him as an actor. But coming out and playing the Trump supporter, he got a lot of riffraff for that. What was your take on that?
You know, I was like half watching the show at that point. I mean, I saw some of it. I would probably need to go back and watch that skit over again. I heard there's some controversy about it, though. I don't know a lot about it.
Yeah. Well, he's making fun of the Trump supporters. And, you know, it's interesting because a lot of people do. But he is our president of the United States. He blew out former President Joe Biden and everybody. I mean, it's only 20 states now they're saying that have now flipped yet. So you got to give this guy a shot. That's what I've been saying with everybody when people talk about it. I think you got to give him a shot now. He's in. You got him for 4 years, and we got to just try to get along, right? Right, Matt? Don't we just have to try to get along?
It would be nice if the country we could all find some common ground somehow. It would be if we pull together. That would be nice.
I agree with you. Here, things that help people. Trying to help people understand what's going on right now is like going back into a burning building to pull someone out, only to have them keep punching you in the face and demand evidence that the building is on fire, even after they admit they can see the flames. I mean, these are stuff that people are sending me, stuff that are coming out there. It's crazy. The same liberals screaming Musk is an unelected billionaire controlling America said nothing for the last 4 years about Soros or Gates. What's your take on that, Matt?
Buddy, I am so uninformed when it comes to politics. I apologize.
No,
I wish I knew a little bit more, but I will tell you this. I will tell you this. It is my job. I want to make everybody laugh.
Yeah.
Everybody. We always go through some rough times in this country. What we all need is a good laugh. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
And if it means me falling down and breaking a table, okay, or having a fake heart attack or eating a Ditka sausage, then that's what I'll do, Tone. That's what I'll do.
And you'll do it for the people because that's what you are. Matt, let's talk about this. This is going to find interesting stuff. Safest. The 25th safest cities in the United States of America. Are you ready, Matt? We're going to go top 10. Safest. Number 10, Centennial, Colorado. And tell me if you've been to any of these. Centennial, Colorado comes in at number 10 as the safest city in the United States of America. Okay, number 10. Number 9, Olathe, Kansas comes in at number 9. Lee's Summit, Missouri comes in at number 8. Meridian, Idaho comes in at number 7. League City, Texas comes in at number 6. Allen, Texas comes in at number 5. Cary, North Carolina comes in at number 4. Pearland, Texas comes in at number 3. Carmel, Indiana comes in at number 2. And you know what the safest city in the United States is? Naperville, Illinois comes in as the safest city. Wow. Interesting. Number 25 was Jackson, New Jersey. Jackson Township, New Jersey. So, wow, Naperville. I never realized that. Interesting stuff. I like the stuff I get from stuff that people send me. I really appreciate you guys keep sending some of these stories and stuff. 10 best jobs, Matt. 10 best jobs in 2025. Number 10 is an attorney, which you can make $145,000. I'm not going to tell you how much they're making, but I'm just going to tell you the jobs. Number 10 is an attorney. Number 9 is an estimator. Number 8 is a civil engineer. Number 7 is sales representative. Number 6 is veterinarian. Number 5 is software developer. Number 4 is a financial manager. Number 3 is a physician assistant. Number 2 is an IT manager. IT manager. And number 1 is a nurse practitioner. Number 1, best jobs. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot
Okay.
out there.
Good.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I didn't know either. It's pretty interesting.
Number 11.
Yes,
Chris Farley impersonator.
yes, I think that.
Chris Farley impersonator.
I agree. I like that
Number
too.
11.
I like that too. How about this, Matt? I'd rather see all children get free school lunches in school than paying off grown folks' college degrees. What do you think about that?
That's something to consider. That's an interesting topic. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that thing. I think it's kind of cool.
That's pretty intense. That's intense. Yeah.
I don't know what
That's intense.
I don't know what they're going to do with that. But we love rock and roll music, Matt. Me and you, that's what we have in common besides movies. I know I'm looking forward to we got one more question here because we're running out of time here. Are you interested in the Alto Nights, the new De Niro movie where he plays Vito Genovese and Frank Costello? I think he's playing a couple of characters as himself. You find any information on that?
I've seen the trailers like everybody else, and that's all I know. I mean, it looks interesting, so I will watch it. I will go see it or watch it on Netflix.
I will watch it too, actually. My good buddy Greg Videa is watching from one of the greatest restaurants in the city and suburbs of Chicago, Melrose Park. My good buddy Greg from Taverna on Division. We're going to be there Saturday, March 1st. But Greg says a fireman only works 100 days a year. I did not know that. So thank you, Greg, on that. Also, it's a very dangerous job, though, too, because you never know when you're going into that job. You don't know if you're coming out or not. Matt, okay, Rolling Stone magazine, Forbes magazine, top 30 rock. As we're running out of time here, I'm just going to throw you the top 10 and tell me if you agree. This is according to Forbes magazine. Number 10, AC/DC. Number 9, Metallica. Number 8, the Eagles. Number 7, Van Halen. Number 6, Rolling Stones. Number 5, Jimi Hendrix. Number 4, Pink Floyd. Number 3, Queen. Number 2, the Beatles. And coming in at number 1 is Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Wow. And
that's a good list.
Top the 30 was Aerosmith. So they came in at number 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think
who was number 20? Who was 20? Who was number 20?
Number 20 is Guns N' Roses. 21 is Heart. 19, Rage of the Machine. Rush at 18. Iron Maiden is 17. U2 is 16. Oasis 27. Kiss comes in at 26. Journey 24. ZZ Top 29. So there you go. Number 13th is The Who. 14th is The Doors. 15th is The Clash. So there's a lot of great bands there. Of course, Cheap Trick is nowhere.
Peace out, bro.
Peace and love. But before you go, Matt, it's birthdays. Birthdays here, folks, for Wednesday, February 19th. Jack Benny would be celebrating a birthday. What a great comic actor he was. Great actor. Our good buddy Patrick Scarf, wherever you are, Pat, happy birthday up there. Jack Nicholson turns 88, Matt. Bruce Willis, 68. You got to love that, man. Bruce Willis. Dustin Hoffman turns 87. John McEnroe. Billy Joe Anthony from Green Day turns 53. Yoko Ono is 92. Michael Jordan is 62. Sybil Shepherd is 75. Bobby Hart of Boyce and Hart. John Travolta celebrating a birthday. Forrest Tucker, Vanna White is 68. Matt Dillon is 61. And a very good friend of ours passed away, the great Cliff Johnson from Off-Broadway celebrating a birthday. I want to thank my good buddy Matt Cassane for joining us, Matt. Thank you so much. And where can they find Matt if they want to book Matt Cassane? Where do they find Matt to book? Where do they find you?
Just put my name in the old Google search, Matt Cassane Comedy, and then you can navigate from there. You can send me an email or a text or whatever you want to do. Just, I'm ready to perform. Invite me to your party. I'll
Now,
be
what
there.
you doing? Aren't you doing something with Tony Vincent's band? And where are you coming? In Streamwood? I've seen you doing advertising. Chicago.
Yes,
When is that?
yes, well, that's a rock concert. Yeah, I'm just going to be like the MC, doing a little time in between bands while they're setting up the stage. That's going to be April 19th, Chicago Loop and Streamwood, Triangle Park, and then Billy and the Vintage Saints.
Very good. All we're missing there is the Dream Police, and we'd have a great triple bill. Wouldn't that be cool? Guys, all right. So thank you, Matt, for that, guys. And don't forget, we're brought to you by saying goodbye, our good friends from Ace Hardware, folks. Other things, let's small injury repair, all makes and models, lawnmowers, snowblowers, generators, chainsaws. They do it all. Tune-up starts at $105 plus parts. And need a handyman? Our Norwich and Displace locations offer trusted handyman services. All your great deals at Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Matt, so much. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Twisted Thursday with Carol Brandolino and Tina Perry. Miss Wisconsin will be here on Friday. Tonight, Tap House Grill in Lamont for the homeless. Guys, buy local, shop local, support local establishments, support live entertainment. Be kind to one another. And Ringo Starr says peace and love. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you, Matt. Nixa Hodges, take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Bye-bye, everybody. God bless you. And no problems if you have no reservation. If you have nothing to do this Saturday, come to Pier 290 Oceans Rat Pack Live in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.